Series here, folks. Don't let the records fool you too much. It's the recency bias that I'm running off of into this matchup.
And just for the fact that Ultra, by the way, still on a 5-win spree, so Mercules has been perfectly slotted into this squad, and it is not the game mode where Ultra have been stressed, so happy to see a red card, happy for that large and sizable plus-minus as well, but the games, they get slowed down on land, the opening breaks matter this much more, and we're starting with the X Factor himself in Metals.
Here we go. Right off into the kill feed. Metals yesterday, he was more magnesium, very soft, easy to break, but when he burns bright, my goodness, incredibly dangerous as well. Rencor, man on the outside, helping keep the Heretics in time and helping keep Ultra out of the fight.
And they're doing a great job. Mercules the only one able to get the man off of time, but every single other gunfight has been won by the Heretics. So a little bit of a lead so far. Still waiting for that salvo to sort of like oscillate itself. But Mercules right now, the main man on the team, getting all the kills around the time. So right now, Ultra getting outslayed, and yet they're going to end up having the lead, the Ultra Special.
Yeah, big three. Give you some space. Real under incredible pressure and gunfire there. Takes down Mercules somehow. Kleenex on the bounce back. As you have got a nice trade coming to a close here. Oh, big win from Super. 3-3. Oh, sorry, 3-1 now in his life as they battle towards P2, and that is where the White Arrows of Toronto Ultra will be.
They're just playing keep away as well. It is the emergency spawns rolling through, so Real's sort of on an island. He just wants to be a distraction, but Jodeci deals with him, so Jodeci is active in that regard, and now the emergency spawns are going to be a little bit painful. It takes so long to actually get out of, and Mercules, he's been hanging on side of time. He has gotten every single point from the Ultra, and finally he gets taken down and overwhelmed, but guys like Kleenex in position, still winning the gunfights, keeping him at bay.
Oh, I love the way he uses his aims at close range like that. So dangerous. Be able to compete with the subs. Few assault rifle players are right now, and Ultra starting to develop a little bit of a lead here. This P2 is looking good for the last man left alive near time. Joe deceives. They brought down. So opportunity for the Heretics to get a little bit here, but Scrap is not going to keep them afloat in this race.
And foot race, well, Insight does make the cross, and Heretics for the moment not making this read. Mercules next man in line.
Oh!
Twice he rotates, second time charm there, and even has the Jackal for it. So hey, he's flexing as well. He can do it all.
Towards the back, left-hand side of the minimap we now go, and this is a difficult hard point again. You want to get as much time as possible, and then if you're in control, vacate the back. Let the enemy team spawn there. Let's see if Ultra can do that right now. Rencor making his way towards time. Mercules on the early soak here, as we're going to start to get towards that 50-point mark. A very, very good opener here from Ultra.
I mean, listen, he's still the super soaker as well. You're winning all the gunfights, and this has been an uncharacteristically slow red card being played, but I think that's where Ultra are at their best. Guys like Insight love to make the pace as slow as you possibly can. They keep it under control, and he just wants to slow these two players down as much as he can. He loses the gunfights, and unfortunately for Joe, loses the fight on time. Heretics have found their way to the point.
Yeah, great job. They go down by 3, and they push out straight away. So Ultra now, they're in the back spawns. That's not what they want to be. Over to what stage we now go. So Heretics, good job. You don't get a lot of time, but you manage to maintain the sort of course of the game. It is going your way for now. Can you get over towards the new time? Can you start to get some of the score?
Yeah, ultimately, this is the first rotation Heretics have actually won. Now Super getting the 2 kills, but that means the spawns are actually going to be a little bit weird. It's going to be pinches all over the place. Insight, he's going to be working one pinch. Super up top, going to be staring down the barrel on the cross. Real, for the moment, comfortable in time.
Oh, look out. Here comes another counter-attack. An opportunity here for Rencor to get onto the time and get the kills. That's it. Real and Metals do what they can over by stage on point. Good work out the Heretics once again. You lose the first 3 heals a little bit, but this one's going your way so far. Super in the middle of the map. Shots are in, tags are up, damage is on, and you've got full line of sight of where everyone from Ultra is coming from.
Yeah, this is gorgeous stuff so far, but now Real is going to have a lot of pressure on side the time. Metals can help him out on the cross, but the players are going to get nearby, and, well, Kleenex wins the gunfight, and funnily enough, it is Mercules that goes on the 3 spree and makes him back in time. Frankly, Merc right now might be the MVP of the team.
11-7 3 spree and just coming up on a minute of hard point time, folks. Here we go. Over to the bleachers, over to the final hard point of the set. And right now, Heretics are back in there. Ultra, though, still maintaining a slight lead going into the last one.
And if you want to break the BS&D spawns, Metals will be the first man in line. Real, the next one to follow. But obviously, heads up there, clear out ticket. The stuns land perfect. Metals overwhelmed. Toronto doing the more important things right first, and then they get to the time. It is systematic gameplay for Toronto. It is step A through C. They do everything. And Merc back in his home. Might even be able to get a Hellstorm. He is Mr. Do-It-All.
One more kill is going to do it. Soaking time as well. We are close, boys and girls. Gets it. Streaks now for Ultra. Hard point in their hand. Still 25 to go.
And you're seeing confidence in that player came as well. That's a nice little got him kind of deal. Can't say it or I get fired, but he is roaring out.
Ultra starting to develop a lead. Starting to get things absolutely rocking here towards the end of the first set. Let's go for a listen in.
Super and
Yeah.
take him.
He's long.
Yeah, long.
Where's he?
Long push down camera. We
Take it.
I think Spawn. This one, Spawn mid. This one street. This one street.
hit twice.
One still. Mid step.
By the way.
Medali weak.
No worries.
He's Medali side, windows, right side.
I'm just staying up, okay?
Stay
alive. Hard player left.
Rails right, Tomas.
One's mid pillar on you.
Come in the windows,
Yo,
so
don't
close.
text time.
Yeah. I tried to Close right, one shot.
Yo, you stand up.
Phone and time.
Nade on top, by the way.
Yeah, one's phone window still.
Got it right here.
Yeah, I'm coming right with you. You're alone in time, right?
Heard you. One ticket time.
One's in stage, one's low. One's
Metals, weak to ticket. And one's on me.
Top stage,
One
top
ticket,
stage, I'm
ticket.
absolute.
loving you. Tim twice.
I'm absolute.
Nice.
You're lower on you.
Weak spot.
I'll name you, last guy.
Where's long?
Maybe
That's fine here, we're good. We're still low.
Go right, help him.
Dead. Alright, I have your help.
One there, fire. Could be
Could be more fast.
Shot me second. One shot,
I'm dead.
One more there, fire window.
He's out right. One's out right. Out right on you.
One ticket. Ticket absolute.
I spawned out. They're hitting you.
One ticket.
They're hitting BSD.
One's good light. Top
Yo,
left.
fire door, and one's
Top lights, top lights. He's
Still
well.
there. Glow.
Nice. One top lights.
One shot top lights, Joe.
Top lights.
Spawn on the back. One at a time, top lights.
One more mid. One top lights on me.
I'm just top lights, hold me, bro. I'm
One's in mid.
top lights, I'm absolute.
I'm just time.
Good shot, my blue.
Plants dead.
One shot.
Still team time.
Hot dog weak. Hot dog weak.
Hot dog. Yeah, still hot dog. And one, they're goal.
Goes me.
They're goal.
Hot dog. He got me walking me. Real.
Medali, absolute Medali, one goal.
He's behind
Medali was sorry.
Right side. Their side. Hot dog. Got you. Super Medali.
Give me.
Back.
I be back to
Doors then.
Back to super weak. Yo, he's deep.
Keep on. Record really weak.
Real's hitting old. Outer blue on you.
Need windows.
Outer blue on you.
Heard you. Look back.
Nice.
Love it, basically.
Butt me back.
Go. I have your mid.
Shut up.
Nice. I have mid, Jamie. Okay, go right.
Take a me.
He's already right. He's already through new. Another guy's double windows. Third flower window.
Double me right now. Real. Really
Make sure you just back up.
I should spawn.
There's only one on mid. There's only one on mid.
The top lock.
He's on
I
mid.
spawn. They're getting outer spawns. Cat.
Top S2. Top S2.
He's probably
S2. Yeah,
Deep
S2.
outer.
Glove steps, okay, to front.
Two outer.
Let it go front, maybe. I'm better.
Keep playing kills, boys. Don't worry about time right now.
He's in front.
Got one outer.
I'm looking at it back steps now.
He's in P1. Open their mid doors now.
Good front. Bust out front, one shot.
Only 2 time right now.
Blue car in front.
I'm still front.
Okay, blue car
They
in
name me. They
front.
double name me.
Absolute
Nice.
Good up.
Super front. Real.
Still mid, by the way. I have mid.
Blue corner.
They're gonna tell me boys. I need help. Go out of me right front. Yo, back steps.
Open steps. Well, he's on my edge.
That's absolute, bro.
Yo, listen, take our time.
I am trying to stay up.
I see fire.
One's mid, dead. Another mid.
Both forward. He's busting old.
Bust one bullet. Bust one bullet.
Bust will be dead.
Okay. Holding mid. I'm holding mid.
Okay, it's 3-0,
I have mid. That's all I have.
I'm not gonna scam. Okay, you guys are good.
I have mid.
An absolutely phenomenal listening there from Toronto Ultra. It is Championship Sunday. Mercules is first. It's his first land, his first Sunday. He's going against a lethal threat in the Heretics, and they sound like they're in a scrim. No nerves, completely calm. The most professional team we have.
Absolutely, without a doubt. And right now the scoreline relatively even, so the Heretics are still keeping this one alive and kicking for Ultra. They have not relinquished the lead, and they have not missed a step whatsoever. Mercules now 24-16, 3 spree, holding down stage once again. Ultra, what a great bit of work so far. The guns are red hot while the comms are cool.
And seizing the moment, man. Another spree coming out from Hercules. He's doubling up on his Hellstorms in this moment. He's got all the hill time in the world. Finally, he gets taken down, and so does Insight. So Heretics, a moment, a punch. You get the 4-man wipe, you get the break for this scrap time, and if they can win the rotation as well, and they have the pieces there, they can make the comeback. Metals has to make the play.
It's not been enough on the scrap, though. You have to start getting better holds here for the Heretics if you want a chance of staying alive here. That's a moment you're going to want, though. Big win now. Looking towards that B-bomb site control, and Metals does not have it. Here come Ultra. Damage is dealt. The pickup from Mercules on the old 1-2 punch, and this could be the knockout here on Red Card.
Yeah, survival mode right now from Heretics, and they are not surviving. Joe Deceives delivers 2 of them to the grave, and it is the dagger spawn trap rolling through. Ultra, they're setting themselves up for the win right here.
Here we go. One last good break, Heretics, to stay alive. Nades are over there. Jodeci has got himself some intel. Fighting now forward. Huge damage in a ring core. The second man should get him as well. So now pressuring through Ticket. You've got the members of Ultra out of time, and it's still 25 for the win.
And they're looking for it. Mercules knows, get the kills, get him through walls, take some heads along the way, ripping him through and back in the hill. The best map of this man's career.
28 and 19. Next man up. I'm trying to find time, and there it is. A little bit of a break still. Heretics with, again, another late break. It is still not enough to survive here in the map. We go back to P1. Ultra full control once again.
P1, though, it's so scrappy. Right now, Jodeci, you just played for the kills, and Ultra always on top of this situation. It's Miami that are forced to make the move to Jodeci, the man keeping him contained. Take your time, slay him out, and then you hop it.
Inside out with, again, the covering fire across time. And here we go, the final soak, folks. After this, will be all pruny. Here we go. Jodeci pushing out the right flank. Over towards mid, nearly the double. Here we go. Over towards time again. Mercules can't get any more. Is it another late break? It might be from the Heretics. It's 5 for the win.
Well, big 2 there from Real, just trying to keep them honest. If we've learned anything about this Heretic squad, is they got the dog in them. They're willing to fight and try to claw their way out, if nothing, but for a little bit of momentum. But they got the Swarm doubled up in Ticket is Toronto, and you're forcing them off the time. They're getting the kills, and Real back down, but you got to get to the point, or else game 1 falls.
Game 1, we're a few seconds away, folks. Jodeci, there it is. It took a minute to get in there, but Toronto Ultra starting Sunday right with a wonderfully consistent and clean game of red card.
And look at that. I mean, just icy about their business, and you practice how you play. Ultra might be the very finest at being able to replicate that scrim success. In that listening, it's a team that is clearly on the same page. Every comm is perfect. The second a player spawns out, he communicates it. Reading the spawns of the other team, you got it. When you're losing the gunfights, you hear Insight trying to restabilize them. Hey, we're just playing for kills. We're gonna be in a hole for a bit. We dig ourselves out. I mean, perfectly coordinated across the board, heavy on rotations, and anytime they hold a loss in game, they just restabilize. They bailed themselves out. Now a 6-win spree in hardpoint from Ultra. How about that from Kleenex? A quiet 33 kills and 4,400 damage. He was dominant in this lobby.
He wasn't that quiet in the listening. He was letting them know. But yeah, again, wonderful work across the assists there, non-traders as well. So Ultra winning their ones, and the teamwork was absolutely on point as well. A delightful bit of work there from Mercules. 2 minutes and 5 in the hard point. Finding a lot of kills from there as well. So good stuff once again from Ultra. The lower bracket gauntlet has forged this team into something fierce. S&D has been one of the deciding factors from a lot of success there for the Heretics. So this is going to be a tough one. But highlights, folks, here from Red Card. And again, a lot of love there for the Ultra boys. Heretics, a couple of pieces, but just a little too slow to the draw here in map 1.
And Red Card is a map where like Ultras seem to be very dialed into like the little things. Every single time there's a rotation to this B4, the emphasis always put on the BS and D spawns, and they'll take their time to get them. They're losing out on like the P3 garage hill towards the end, but then they take their time for the break onto new. They die at the right times. They get the kills at the right times. Just an incredibly efficient team. And again, that's why it's very common. They don't have to outslay to win games. Their team KD in hardpoint is not a spectacle, not a sight to behold, but the wins. They have been so incredibly consistent at getting it.
That's funny to say. I mean, one of the times we've seen Ultra play this map again against Thieves, what feels like a lifetime ago, Jodeci dropping, what, 50 to throw the L. Because again, they weren't necessarily as well versed. They didn't have the greatest understanding of what they needed to do together. Those days are long gone. Big pieces across the board here as the young Mercules. Who knows, folks? By the end of this weekend, he could go from a 0 to a hero here in the COD League. Maps like that certainly help. In we go to the Search and Destroy. So Ultra, got to be feeling good after that one. Calm, cool, very, very collected.
Yeah, and I think whatever happens in Mercules' future, it's really going to show off the distinction of like different styles of teams and how they operate, because Ultra, the perfect squad to have to bring in a new player. But of course, this is just for the hard point. We saw Kleenex yesterday on the desk sort of touching on it. For the respawns, it feels like Mercules is slotting in perfectly for the team. Don't have to make too many adjustments. In S&D, that's where they're having the big problems. They played against Miami Heretics on a dealership, and they got throttled. So much so that we're looking at Miami's S&D and that they might be untouchable. Now, that has not been the case. The Heretics have been defeated in the game mode, but obviously they're still incredibly good. And this is where Ultra have to problem solve, and Red Card is where their first puzzle is going to be.
A victory here for Ultra would be incredible in their run towards the dub. But again, young Mercules, welcome to the COD League. Joining the squad here at last minute notice. being asked to do us a favor. Can you come help us out versus can you come and save us in a dire situation we find ourselves in? And this young Challengers player absolutely doing just that, giving the boys a hand.
Yeah, and now you get to play with absolutely nothing to lose, right? For Ultra, the tournament already considered a success given the hand they've been dealt. Now the question is, how high can he go? It was Heretics that put them in the losers bracket. Now they're looking to get that back. Of course, though, a long way to battle. Heretics have already proven a squad very capable. They came into this tournament with a high degree of confidence. This is a full Spanish roster. They've been making all the roster moves, making these incremental adjustments, incremental improvements. They're just trying to outperform what they did in Spain. Depending on how the bounce back comes on this red card, they will be very well on their way.
This is basically how it went against FaZe. Search and Destroys, the saviors for them, of course, a game 5 against our mighty Red Terrors last night. And now against Ultra. We're going to see how this red card treats the Heretics. Bounce back here before we get into the double vault. Rewind S&D for game 5. The double vault will be a fun one indeed. Again, both squads raring to get this one going. But already, Ultra have got themselves off to a much better start here. Here we go. Map 2.
No trophies in these early rounds. How aggressive would you like to get if you're Ultra? They're soaring through Ticket and Heretics. I mean, aggressive over towards B. Insight needs to be careful. They're flying at him. That is 3 players already for Heretics working the flank.
Yeah, gloves are off early. We're going for it, but he's read this. Eyes on 1, eyes on 2. Gets at least 1 out of this. A tactical retreat. Next gunfight is going to be at Insight's behest.
And in the meanwhile, Real gets run over. He gets 1 kill before he falls, but Insight is just dancing around the remaining players, and this is where Insight is at his absolute best. The bomb's down, you got a 2v2, but he's bought you so much time. You get the setup you want around the site.
Talk about taking the aggression there. 2v2 now, and a clean battle to go. No trophies. Still a nade there for Mercules to work with. Well, he timed this right. A show of force. Rencor and Super now making their way into the inside of the site. Jodeci's on a bit of a pinch here, and Mercules once again. The bait is set. Oh, Super wins it up close with the aims.
Can he clutch the 1v2? Young Rook.
Shots. 2-piece. The mighty Mercules takes round 1.
So fresh and so clean. Get the sweat off your hands and get ready for round 2. A calculated 1 versus 2, and I feel like the moment Jodeci slide in and sees nobody on bomb and there's 21 seconds left, you feel like you get it done. Puts himself in the perfect spot, and unfortunately for Super staring at the game clock in that moment. He's seeing there's 12 seconds. I gotta get nearby. Where can Mercules be? And you just get caught off guard. Keep in mind, even just to backtrack, Insight buying them that much time, everything helps with the Ultra team. They do the little things right. Every second matters.
Round 2, Heretics now over towards A. Metals with bomb in the hand, leading the charge very much forward. Joe bites off way more than he can chew with a Real, who digests him quite happily there for the first blood.
It's a great catch. Maybe Real being able to dodge some of the stuns is going to pay off long term. And now you just need a hold in this 4 versus 3. Bomb down for free. You're in a good spot.
They whiz past Metal's head. Is this a coordinated nade attempt? It might be. Insight has managed to fight his way forward. Mercules, unfortunate team nade onto himself, and that round is gone. Heretics. A little bit of gift from the COD gods there, and they open it happily.
Yeah, don't know how that happened for the team nade, but a lot of things happening on the mini-map as well. Heretics reading out 2 different flanks that were rolling through at separate times, and I mean, a round where Heretics, every single player doing their job, a perfectly efficient offensive round. They got theirs back.
And the sort of self-nades happen a lot more in this game in Black Ops 6. If a stun explodes right next to you while holding a nade, or if it's just left your hand, it will detonate in your face and it will give you that mistakes were made call, but you never quite know what happened there. This time, though, Heretics, a wonderful bounce back and a lethal attack towards A, which they make the most of. Here we go, Ultra. Joey D, man with the bomb.
They're just going right through Ticket again, potentially, or just maybe sort of baiting the same strat. And look, they bait the same strat, and they get information on Real and Super. So they were trying to square up towards Ticket, but now Ultra know they don't have that map pressure. You got to sniff these players out.
The big bada boom through the middle of the map. Whoa! Real gets away with his life, gets away with absolutely no damage whatsoever. So now, oh my word, look at that big old hit from Ultra. All 4 arrows towards B.
Yeah, and he's feeling the nerves. He's giving up the pressure. Now Metals knows he has a huge responsibility. Heretics are wrapping back towards the site, but they might get overwhelmed.
Oh, he's managed to let 2 players inside. Clean X, damage in, trades are out. Real up close. The slide through Mail. The battle with Joe Deceives continues. And what a win from Joe.
Meanwhile, Mercules is getting knifed, so we got a 2 versus 2. And looking at the minimap, they have backed out of the site. They might want to give up the B-bomb plant, but Ultra, they're not feeling comfortable in the situation either. They've backed down, but they're running out of time. And if Joe Deceives is watching the pinch here, either his controller broke or they're so concerned about the pinch.
Yeah, they think Super's made a move, but he has not either.
They're terrified. They have no idea what's going on.
No intel. They've got to get in towards the site ASAP and go for that one. And Renkor's going to know something's up as well. So here we go. Insight on the coverage. Nades up either side. Not enough for the kill, enough for the damage, and the plant will be successful. So here we go, folks. Anybody still wounded on this opening fight?
Unbelievable. And they're going to be going for the wrap as well. They want to retake through Ticket. Ultra, can you sniff it out?
They've done it quite fast. Joe spotted, tags. Here we go. The 2-man firing squad. The aims at the ready for the Heretics, up close and personal, and another change of position. Insight. He and Joe on the outside. Only one Sorg in this fight. Shots in from Joe. Still keeping him back. Time ticking. You got to start thinking about the defuse. 1v1 and not enough time to get it done. Young Joe Deceives, jackal in hand. Gives Ultra the lead.
Dude, and what a freakish round. Yeah, Joe Deceives is bouncing now on the main stage. I can't believe Heretics actually allowed the bomb to get planted. I legitimately thought Joe Deceives might have broken his controller. I missed out on the minimap. I don't know if Rancor got his kill on the pinch, and that's why they were so worried about someone flanking, but they get the bomb down with only 3 seconds to spare and clutch out the round. A massive moment there from Ultra. Only up 2-1 right now in the S&D, but that's one that puts a little bit of wind in your sails.
It's crazy. Joe was the furthest player away as well. They had a 3-second window of failure there to get that bomb planted, and they managed to get it done. Crazy stuff. In towards the middle of the map we go once again, and the Heretics, they're going to be rocking their way forward. A lot of glass breaks and a lot of shots in. Joe catches a headshot on the way out. A little parting gift from his friends from the Heretics. We're all in on B.
Well, you bullet him out of the site, but you didn't get any extra kills, so you're happy maybe to get the bomb down, but unsatisfied with the 4v4.
No trophies, no problem right now. And, oh, there we go, finally. So Mercules, his lethal was eaten alive there. Bomb planted by B. We're winding up for the 4v4.
Yeah, and we're squaring up as well. And RC bomb getting wrung out. There's the damage. You hit the go button.
Here we go. Try to capitalize on the damage dealt. Yeah, you get at least one out of it. So Insight finds the first. In now towards the site. Left flank, Real. Stacked up. Kleenex gets dropped by that one. Mercules nowhere to be found on the trade. Oh, and it's all the Heretics. A 2v1 now. All down to the young Mercules.
And he doesn't have a lot of time. You're going to have to gun 2 different players. Good luck. Have fun.
Here we go through the buffet. And he's going to be eating good. No, he's been tagged up. The Heretics. They set up a fortress on the inside of the B-bomb site.
And that's the type of round is where the natural chemistry is going to roll through. The comms and those types of moments, incredibly mixy. That is 8 people in a 50 square foot sort of area. It is absolutely chaos, but Heretics come out on top. And this has just been efficiency on offense as well. Heretics have now attacked both sites, and I mean both rounds have been very clean.
Yes, a New York apartment with a family of 8, all in there trying to eat from the same bomb. Here we go. All tied up 2-2. This is a red card we are thoroughly enjoying, folks.
Heretics back to the round 1 strat. I mean, they're just, as a unit, aggressive up past A. And Insight already back down. Ultra, once again, very stagnant in their spawn. Oh, they're going to read this. Yeah, 2 players out door. You open the doors, you run into a firing squad.
Yeah, but Metals tries to get back into the fight immediately, goes for the re-challenge. Super holds his iron and makes sure that Kleenex cannot get there on the push. A lovely first blood.
Yeah, they have nulled Kleenex so far in this game at 1-5. That's an important man to shut down. Now you got flanks rolling through. Insight finds a pick. The minimap gets a little bit weird. Real made a punch on the pinch, and you got to go through the bomb, and Real sets up Metals, and now Merc another 1v2 he is left in.
This time around, though, he has to recover bomb, so a 2-step process here. All the while, Metals has not given up that target. He knows the bomb is down by the window.
He can easily isolate this gunfight, though. Win the 50-50.
Timing.
Got him. He's going to get him.
1v1.
Now you need to get active. These are the moments for Rookie. Difficult calls to make. You collect the bomb. I don't know if you have time to go for this rotation. And in the meantime, Real, it's a guessing game on where he is.
15 seconds. Real stagnant. 10 seconds. Bomb recovered. The young Spaniard holds his nerve. plays the 50-50 down the middle of the map and manages to not let him cross it. Well played.
Had a cheeky laugh there out of Rancor. That could have been horrific Call of Duty timing, but Real at least had his gun up, and Mercules, very tough situation. 1v2, 35 seconds, got to get the bomb and cross the map, but ultimately just a little bit too slow in the moment. That's the first defensive round one as well, and Heretics doing it with the Swarm. That is so much pressure on defense they're putting out. Heretics on red card, happy to fly.
Only one round advantage for now. Again, we are feeling like this one's going to go the distance, ladies and gents. 3 in a row now for Real, 7-2 overall. Mercury's up top, is going to catch Real in this position, but under a bit of covering fire there. Yeah, you got the window. Go, 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 go. Sends it forward. And what a spot to be in. Oh, can he get the first blood? They cannot. Kleenex there to the rescue.
A little too aggressive. And you get punished for it, trying to reposition out in the 3v4. They're near the A bomb, but now they're just getting swarmed and trapped in.
They've taken up so much space in that tiny little bomb site. Insight's got him pinned in from one end, but now a little bit of space to breathe. Kleenex on the flank, trying to pick up where Jamie Craven fell.
And they just want to stop these players from going towards B. They're going to allow Joe to see to sort of handle the A site, and as long as they don't rotate through, Ultra know where everybody is. Trades, though, rolling through for a 2v2. Joe Deceives, though, the mystery man, has found himself in the perfect spot to break this down.
Just stay there, Joe, you sneaky devil. Here it goes. Couple of positions you're going to know those players are going to flood to as soon as it's time, and that's it. Joe strikes. Kleenex turns it into a 1v1.
Yeah, Joe Deceives maybe a little bit slow. Didn't know if he was going to get caught, so now it's a 50-50.
Top stage.
Wow.
And the young Joe laughing away at that one. Ultra tie it up 3-3.
Yeah, and I think Super's thinking Joe Deceives just got the kill 10 feet away from bomb. I have to go and make sure he's not on it. And Joe Deceives, meanwhile, I mean, he's just picking up weapons, ready for the fight and just getting the intel first. So Heretics made that a lot mixier than Ultra might have wanted it, but ultimately sealing the deal. You see Joe Deceives making sure he goes up and picks that, aims, ready for the long-range gunfight. Joe is having himself a map.
And there's nothing quite like it as a player when you jump up. The very first thing that you pre-aim, the player walks right into that one. That is such a beautiful moment. So there you go. Good stuff out of Joe. 2 there to end the round out. And now we go up squared in towards A again.
Yeah, finally trying to match a defensive aggression with offensive aggression. Now it's Merc being left on an island. And a weird stack on defense as well from Heretics. Much more aggressive than we're used to seeing 2 players through ticket. Joe Deceives not yet comfortable. Cheeky players nearby. He's checking everything, but hasn't found them just yet.
Very diligent, but now he knows the fight's on. He has the advantage for now in the damage department. Super takes care of Mercury's island now gone, but we're still holding this 1v1 against Real and Joe. And that is a big win out of Real. The bomb dropped as well.
Yeah, just completely uncomfortable.
Uh-oh.
Free damage. No free kills.
Kleenex now holding it together inside there over his shoulder. Still a man advantage, Heretics.
Kleenex needs to find a way to support his boy. He's managed to sort of sneak out of the situation, but hunted down and inside for a 1v3, trapped in the pillars and gunned down. Heretics right now are basically just breaking them in some of these S&D rounds. They are applying so much pressure. Mercury's overwhelmed. If there's one player on Kleenex's screen, there's 3. And even Joe Deceives having a dance battle over by the site, but Real gives him nothing to work with. Heretics applying pace, applying pressure, and from a team that does not have the natural chem in S&D, that's the theme to break them down.
It's amazing they've got this sort of perfect instinct on where the weakness might lie, and they apply it really well. Good stuff, Heretics. A 1-round advantage for now, folks. It's 1st to 6 for you who may be unaware, and we're getting real close to it, but the way things have been going, we're trading rounds back to back. Here we go, over by A. 2-2 split here for the Heretics.
And Ultra trying to get active, trying to isolate Super successfully, and you win the extra one. How about that gunfight from Joe Deceives? Ultra punching back.
Oh, I know, we human beings are pretty good at pattern recognition, so you know how this one's going, folks. It's 4-3, now it's 4-4. You get one good guess as to who wins the next round.
A very snappy round, though. Most amount of aggression Ultra has brought so far, at least in this map. And Kleenex, who has been struggling, able to get 2 in the round. Let his impact be known, and despite the fact that he only has 4 kills, he does have 3 first bloods. So Kleenex, the man that wants to get active.
Heretics defense round coming up now, folks. We've seen a hell of a lot of attacks towards that A-bomb site. A lot more attention being shown over there. The B-bomb has been a little bit more earlier in the search and destroy. That's what we found our attention. But for now, defensively, it looks like where the Heretics are going to be going. On the attack, though, all in the great outdoors go the Toronto boys.
Oh, we're soaring. We're flying. We are making moves. CleanX, he is hungry for it, taking so much space. And right now, it's only man in the top window. Super. Can't do anything here. As long as you live, you're happy. But Heretics guess wrong. In the meantime, Real is going on the deepest of pinches for Heretics. This is about the timing. You let your teammates make the contact. That's when you hit the go button on the pinch.
We test the hem now of Ultra on this hold. Post-plant position now, not as spread out as they like to be, so it's going to be a war of trades up close and personal.
And this is such a tight setup from Ultra. This is so tricky to break down.
Yeah, you get one, you're never going to get the other, so whoa, big win there out of Metals. Doesn't take too much damage. He's able to take another gunfight. Now, the pressure through the stage side of the map.
And it's the game clock. You're going to have to go fast. You got to go a lot faster than this, Miami.
20 seconds to go, 3v3. Got to clear out the usual spots. Metals now crosses the threshold in the Doom. Real finds another opening now, and he finds himself in a 1v2.
And there's just no time. I mean, this is the thing from Ultra. Players I've seen almost starting to turn on guys like Insight criticizing him, I think just don't understand that controlling the pace of the game has so much value. Merc there for the final kill, but the round was won off the game clock. Ultra control it. It's the same thing on red card. You're always going to be playing their game. And that is 3 different rounds now on this map that Ultra have won because Heretics simply do not have enough time.
And if you guessed a Heretics win in the previous one, you were wrong, folks. Ultra break the cycle. Map point. Going to see a big change now from the Heretics. Confidence is going to be key. They've been caught out on these aggressive attacks from Ultra, no matter what position they're in. 2 straight rounds the Heretics need. Bomb in the hands of Metals. Let's rock.
They've had some incredibly efficient offensive rounds. That's where Heretics have shined in this game. They're going back to the standard. That's the spot Real played where he caught Joe Deceives getting a little too aggressive. Ultra not making any mistakes now. They're happy for the turtled setup. And it's Real, actually. He's on an island, so there is no pressure on him in this moment. His teammates can make the noise. He wants to catch him out of the rotation.
It might be a one and done over here. He's trying to pull some aggression, trying to find any information, maybe get a kill or 2.
And because the tags came his way, again, he's just switching things up, but his teammates, the A site is now completely open for his team. Real's already done his job.
Yeah, done it, absolutely. Mercury's in the top spot, inside towards the back line. That bomb will be planted. Mercury's no intel. You're about to get a very strong indicator of what's about to happen. That's right, bomb planted, 4v4. Heretics, here we go. Hold it together.
And Metals hasn't moved. So again, they're just giving him very little information now on the pinch. Real, he's got the timing perfect. Gets Joe Deceives for the first blood. Real's played this round perfect.
Yeah, Berg's still trying to find another one there. 2 down. Oh, it's starting to smell a hell of a lot like a round 11, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
What a bang. What a composed effort from the Miami Heretics. An immaculate post-plant scenario.
Yeah, and we have mentioned how Ultra have won 3 rounds off the game clock. Well, that is 3 offensive rounds. Heretics have won because everybody does their job to a T. Real makes a little bit of contact. He's keeping the pressure over towards that site. The rest of his teammates know the A site's open. You get the bomb down, and Real had the perfect timing on that pinch to catch Joe. 12 kills Real's thrown up in this game. None of them matter now. It's round 11.
Gong time. Woohoo! Well, both of them good round 11 records, so we test the ice. Heretics not willing to give anything a chance here. They are sending it down the middle of the map, and once again, Ultra, we've slowed down just a smidge.
Yeah, they're trying to calculate. They want to get the intel before they make a move, but Metals, he's playing the cheeky spot inside a ticket. I mean, Heretics leaving the B side open. It looks crazy on the minimap. That's just because they're much more aggressive. It's so hard to read.
I mean, Mercules could crawl his way through this one. If he plays it closer, he will not be spotted, but this time, gunfight. First blood, Metals gets away with his life.
It's the perfect strat. Now someone for Ultra has to make the big play. And they're all isolated, they're scattered.
Oh, you just find every possible corner right now. Can Metals find another? Players are so close, he can feel it.
Let the play come to you.
2 out of the 4 members of the Heretics are now prone. CleanX now trying to make the commando roll all the way over towards the site. Lauer in the red, 25 seconds to go.
And now, who's the game clock gonna hurt more? It's Ultra that have to go.
Hold your nerve, Real. Hold your nerve. Any second now, another towards the bomb site. Metals now gets active, finds his second on the round. And the Miami Heretics, they don't leave anything to fate. They take the search and destroy by the horns. Dios mío, we're going the distance.
Yeah, and those play calls as well from Heretics, so perfect. The way that they were setting themselves up on defense, always applying the pressure, being so much more aggressive on the defensive end. In so many rounds when they're getting inside a ticket, never pays off. Just Ultra going to the A site, not really dealing with it. Well, the first time Metals had the opportunity to get the first blood, he does, and he seals the deal. Ultra cooked up a few good rounds here and there, but ultimately guys like Real feasted. And I just think as a team, if credit goes to Super, they talked about him a lot in the interviews about he's the man making the play calls in S&D. Well, give him his flowers. Popped off there for that round 11.
Big confidence game there from Real, 13-7. Talked to him briefly last night after the victory against FaZe. Like, look, what happened, day one? What happened to the big loss? And he said, we won this one because we played confident. We played like ourselves. We really had to just believe in one another. If I'm going to make a play, you're going to back me up. We're going to get that done. That's exactly what we saw in that final round. Well, 1-1 at the half, boys and girls. Now we go into a vault control. And how you feeling about this one? Real quick before we throw it to the player.
Well, we're going to speed the game up. The red card is very calculated. It's about the mind games. Now it's going to be a blitzkrieg over by that A zone.
Take me to the beach. Take me to the beach.
Chance, you look good, bro.
You look good.
That's a fire fit.
I missed the ugly purple sweater though.
Dude, he's looking good.
What if we cut
this?
the sleeves off the ugly purple sweater?
I'm in.
Ooh.
I like that,
a
yeah.
muscle shirt or something?
We're on to something.
Yeah.
Sounds hot.
We're also on to a game 4 guaranteed after that round 11 goes to Miami Heretics.
Banger.
But can we talk about the finish here, Al? How does Miami steal this away? Because I was ready for Toronto 2-0.
It was a couple of things. One, the defense from the side Miami Heretics was really interesting. That opening round, they got extremely aggressive towards stage. It doesn't pull out, but they do it a couple times later on the rounds where it comes their way. And then obviously they lose that first attack round from Toronto Ultra around round 9, answer with their own back-to-back to force to round 11. So shout out Miami.
And
Icy.
let's dive deeper into the first respawn, though, because we saw a hard point and you got your drawing board ready.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, this is, Miami's map pick. So Toronto stealing this is massive. We're going to show some love to Mercules, the newest addition to this team. Last minute, we'll jump into this rotation over towards P5. I mean, this is beautifully played. Every step, just perfect. You're going to see both the ARs. This is Mercules, number 5. He's going to find this kill onto Super. And then what happens here is you're going to get Insight Mercules going on through for the BS and D spawns, right? This is where you want to spawn on this hill. Mercules is going to win a massive gunfight, rip somebody off of the heady. But this is just poetry in motion. The SMGs, Joe and Kleenex, both going to go into ticket, just take their time while Mercules is finding this kill in here, right? So let's care a little bit. We're going to jump back into it, into the mini-map here in a moment, but I want you guys to first just watch how they group. They take their time on rotation here. Mercules with the first kill onto Super, and he's like, all right, we're going to execute this push. I have to kill the guy BSD to secure those spawns because we want the advantage going into this hill. I mean, just beautiful. This is just beautiful shots. Rips the guy off of the heady. Step 1's down. Now, what do we want to happen in this situation? We just secured the spawns. We see both his teammates spawn here, BS and D. We know that they're going to be coming here, right? So it's so quick. He's currently on a 7 streak. He's going to find this kill. After he gets that kill, he's going to soak time, turn around, watch inside. And he's got an AR behind him, holding the outer edge, watching over top if anybody tries to peek through. And then your teammates are going to remain in ticket. Like, this is execution
So
at its
clean.
highest level. It is so clean. As you're watching him just gun people, take a look at the mini-map as well. Everybody assumes their positions. You got Kleenex applying a little bit of pressure. You got Insight with the Overwatch from the outside with the AR. There is nothing Miami can do. They thought they had a perfect setup. What happens? Toronto gets a nice 45 points.
And unfortunately, the fans could not see it, but I love when you describe Toronto's
Yeah.
gameplay. The sub just keeps getting bigger.
You
and bigger.
killed that, Ant. You
Thanks,
killed
guys.
that, man.
Appreciate it.
Locked in today.
Locked in. Ladies and gentlemen,
can't
we
see it
are
out
done,
there?
though,
They were
on the
throwing
beach.
things at him
Why?
the whole
Because we
time.
have some treasure out on the floor with Guy Blaze.
Yes, we do, Chris. We got a lot of treasure out on the floor as we have this amazing crowd today. You guys are the treasure. Can you make some noise for yourself? You know, and another treasure here at the Call of Duty League is one of our partners, Scuff Gaming. Do we all love Scuff Gaming, everybody, yeah? Scuff always love showing out at events and supporting the fans, the crowd, and the next generation of players. So we got our Scuff Gaming Lucky Row right here. Make some noise for them. Scuff hooked them all up. But it's time to get plugged back up into this matchup. But one more time, everybody, can we get a Scuff Gaming on 3? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go. Miles, Chance, let's plug it back in.
Plug back in, restarted, blew the cartridge, you name it, ready to rock and roll. It's an old one for the N64 games.
I'm aware.
Oh, sorry, you looked at me like you didn't know. Sorry, I'm just saying. We're going to Control, folks, double dose of Vault, and if that doesn't cure all your ailments, I think we've got to rewind to brighten up everyone's Sunday morning.
I want a Game 5 so bad, but if the past 2 tournaments have told me anything, we're not actually going to get there.
No.
So maybe whoever wins map 3 wins the entire thing. The respawns have been delivering for these squads.
Yeah, both teams pretty good at it. Of course, the first one goes the way of Toronto Ultra, and the mere fact that we nearly wound up in a 2-0 scenario here, it just goes to show, folks, the old saying, it's very difficult to beat the same team twice in the same tournament. Vault Control, though, ew.
And the most interesting about Vault Control is that Heretics used to dominate this map at the start of the year, so much so that before we actually had a third control map in the set, Heretics were unstoppable, a massive reason for their stage 1 success. Once we had a third map in the rotation, they fell off because everyone just vetoed it against them. Now, though, with a brand new roster, they have not been able to replicate that same success. They have lost that element of danger. And on the flip side there from Ultra, especially on the defensive rounds, the attacking record 5-9, it's good. Middle pack of the league, like they're certainly solid at it, but their defense has been unreal. When they have the opportunity to set up the spawn trap, Ultra, maybe the finest team in the league at executing off the back of it. Gotta watch out for Heretics. You can never afford a 4 down.
Yeah, 3s and 4 downs, we'll try to call them out as best we can for you newcomers at home, but those are the very decisive moments. Those are the dangerous moments in the game of Control. Can't lose those fights as a team. You've got to stagger the play, because if you come off spawn 1 by 1, things are going to be ugly as well. So a very delicate game mode where a lot can go right and even more can go wrong. This was how everything looked back in Winners Round 1 chance, back on Thursday. Hacienda going the way of Toronto, and after that, an absolute smacking.
Absolutely, and they sort of dodged the fate of the Vault Control, right? Able to get the 3-1 victory, able to actually win one of those attacking rounds. So the pop-off potential play there for Heretics, absolutely available. Problem is, I don't know if you can necessarily bank on it, but either way, 2 respawns back-to-back. Heretics, once you get the S&D under your belt, you're feeling a lot more comfortable, looking for the deja vu.
Yeah, don't forget, I mean, this is a different Ultra than we saw on day 1. They've seen a lot. They've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Tough loss against Miami on day 1. See if they can right that all around, push this series a little further. A lead going into the hard point, ideal.
Yeah, and as far as like a revenge series goes for the Vault Control for Ultra, they want to beat Heretics to get theirs back. But even on this map, it is the only sort of dent in their record. And revenge, again, a dish best served on a championship Sunday.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Here we go. Nobody home off the opening rip, but hey, a slower attack now from the Heretics on defense. You catch Ultra unaware, and they don't get anywhere near the zone, so a lot of time being passed. Mercury's set to pump the brakes and just try to maintain some presence towards the middle of the map.
And again, just a small idea, but the AR players at least keeping things slow enough that you dodge most of the fate of the spawn trap. Metal's still opportunity to go on the pinch, and Ultra, well, now you got to reposition, try to eliminate him, but he's dancing around the pillars. Guys like Rancor still in position, getting the kills off the cross, but that's it. 3 players near the A zone now from Ultra. Unfortunately, though, only a single stack.
A single man. Take care of that in a moment. Rancor still trying to maintain this balance between objective-minded and making sure that no one hits him from behind out of spawn. Right now, just keeping an eye on these players and keeping that pressure on. Still, though, halfway through A, Joe Deceives finding a couple. Still getting it done alone.
Yeah, and listen, they're not even trying to kill Rancor, right? They're just making sure you sort of pin him back, pin him away. Ultra, they had 3 players near the A zone, only a single stack, but they controlled that area so effectively, and now it's secured. 2 minutes to play with.
Oh, so we're now super 3 dead immediately, though. Again, all 4 dead. This is a bad time to die right now for the Heretics to push forward. Get Ultra now pinned in, try to get one spawn, but Metals, unfortunately, they all spawn on top of him. Other side of the flank, though, Rancor now picking up the pinch.
Yeah, and Rancor is going to be able to get at least 1 freebie. They're shooting cleaners in the back, and Joe Deceives wants him dead. Problem is, now more teammates are falling, and that's extra pressure on the map from Heretics. This is where you burn the time off the clock for Miami. You had 1 minute and 50 seconds to play with. Well, it takes them 30 seconds to get out of spawn.
Diligent Joe cleans the plate, makes sure there is nothing left there before they make their way over towards B. And again, set up now for the Heretics. They're ready to take on anything. Great timing on the attack from Mercules. Not able to get the kill, and Metals finds 2.
I mean, that's aggression right there. So all that effort to get out of your your spawn, and now you're just welcome back. That is half the game clock time. Burn there from Ultra. Got to reposition and get yourself out. Mercules trying to bail you out. He gets the two-piece, but now Real, I mean, he's soaring, he's flying, and he is the nuisance, the thorn in your side.
He's still roaring, man. Absolutely spinning around. Static gameplay leads to death here in the COD League. And Real, how smooth is this?
Yeah, look at that route, too. Those arrows for Ultra just spinning in circles, looking for him. He takes the long route, and this is just undeniable how efficient this is on the defensive end. Real, the route man, getting paid.
Yeah, he's still going. 25 seconds to go. And still, Real, still keeping Ultra in their spawn.
Yeah, this should be the round one. Ultra would have to pull off a miracle to get this one through. Now, top ammo with the Jackal, not the easiest thing in the world, but if they're lining up for super, yeah, chalk that one up. The A zone gets captured, but after that, Heretics are perfect. Real on a 6 as well. That is a defensive round of beauty. Heretics like clockwork, getting it done, and Real understood the value of his life.
Absolutely perfect. Outside of one blip, one opening where they couldn't quite get Jodeci's off the time, and he managed to capture A. Not a lot of signs of life there, not a lot of creativity out of Toronto Ultra. They had too much to deal with, and the Heretics kept them dancing the whole map.
And this is the opportunity now from Heretics, right? You win the first defensive round. You know Ultra have that elite defensive capability on this map. It's just an opportunity. If you steal one of those offensive rounds away, you're feeling incredibly confident about the map. And at the very least for Miami, you just want to get 3 ticks.
At least one zone, or a little bit of help towards the others. Not a lot of nades found here. Real spree done. Kleenex. Uh-oh, this is what they wanted. And so far it's looking nice. Super shouldn't walk out of this one with his life, and he does not. On a Rancor, last man up for the Heretics on this side of the map, and he's doing his very best to keep the pressure.
And this is where Ultra at their best, though. This is where problems might get out of control. Ultra, when they put you in their base, they slam you.
Oh yeah, here we go. Inside left flank. Opened up for a second, so Real can escape from that position. Joe trying to get it going, and there we go. Heretics stabilized.
Yeah, I saw the look out of Kleenex. The second he died, it's just that grimace. We dropped that one. So yeah, Heretics now able to get out. The problem solved. And Kleenex, by the way, 1 in 9. Uncharacteristic. 1 in 10 now, maybe. He's got to figure it out.
3 dead again. 4 dead once again. Now the A zone, a big old stack, folks. We are fully loaded on A. Real's going to push out, try to buy some space. The capture is absolutely a successful one. Second progress. You wanted one segment at the very least, and you're tied up now. And that's it. A gone. 138 to play, and a lot of lives.
Yeah, Real's so smooth, but so was the teamwork there from Ultra. Kleenex might not be able to buy a kill, but he can at least set his teammates up. Now though, Super getting the pressure over towards line. 2 players to deal with. His life is more valuable than a random kill he might get. And now Metals behind enemy lines. Heretics, every piece is now in place. 8 of 3 down, the go button. Get the trophies out, go for the stack.
They got enough players here. Trophy will be ready in a moment. That's going to be Super's job to do so. Real, again. Oh, look at him go. Can he catch Kleenex? Sure can. 2 dead. The capture's still going. Joe on the cross. He's been tagged up. We're going to get that segment in B.
This is brutal. Kleenex is having a slow game, and they are fully capitalizing off of it. And now, I mean, the second or extra segment already gone. No. Rancor still in prime position. And even though it gets traded, you still got a little life lead and a good chunk of time to work with.
That's great production again, just out of that one life. You still, Metals on that front line. He's not relinquishing whatsoever. Another win. Metals 14 and 8. And the stack second segment. Real gets a kill. That's going to be the round. Heretics taking the lead. 2-0. Vault treating them real nice.
That offensive round, that's your opportunity. And again, that moment in my mind for Kleenex where he dies outer palms and his head snaps back and he knows, oh, they're gonna get out. We just lost the control of this round. And the second they lost it, Heretics never gave it back. Applying pressure, applying pace, and Rancor continues to be elite. 11 and 7, but clean shots rolling through. Massive advantage for Miami.
Yeah, Rancor's gameplay is very, very position-based. He gets himself into a great spot where he has a fantastic field of view, able to identify the attack from Ultra, and if he's not getting the kills, he's dealing a huge amount of damage as well.
Yeah, and 3 in 17 from Kleenex. Zuma might start celebrating.
No, it's a little early for that still, but Great start.
There you go.
Speak of the man, we speak it into existence. He and Joe now on the attack towards B. Insight gets his as well. So a nice attack here. That's technically 3 down. So spawners out over towards B for Heretics.
Yeah, and Mercules continues to just be a menace. By the way, the second #2 super spawns, everybody turns around, so that is instantaneous recognition, but you might know Mercules is coming. Doesn't mean you can stop him.
Oh, he's very strong indeed. The young demigod now helping his boys capture
How
the B
about
zone.
that?
See you later, B. We're going away, boys and girls. Kleenex now. He's starting to get things rolling. Can we find 2? Nearly there on a snap to Metals.
Kleenex gets a single kill and you capture the B zone. That is the name of the game now from Ultra. Just help Mercules out.
Here we go. Insight 10-12, fighting for their lives, trying to get some positioning here on Vault. Heretics have still got a fantastic iron grip across the map. Joe dancing. Joe dicing. Can Joe find any more out of this live?
It is beautiful. They already know. Name of the game, control the A space. You don't have to kill the guy in the catwalk, but as long as he's not killing you, you're happy. Joe Deceives, ready for the pressure. Knows the right side's going to be open, and his teammates have at least made you to him until Super cuts you down. Ultra might lose the thread. Kleenex, though, showing up in the feed. He might get traded, but Joe Deceives is doing everything he can to buy his team some space.
It's just doing the right thing, slowly, sensibly. Wait for the lads, see if you can't make a play now of your own. Oh, hello. Shoots a little early. And now Real is going to know the fight is on. Heretics, they are losing the battle for the life count. Whoa, and it's plays like that are doing it.
Joe Deceives is a monster, and he's just getting out of dodge. He disappears, looking for a little bit extra, and finally gets caught, and Real gets 2. Now you're back in your spawn. This is the problem.
Oh, big win from Kleenex, saves it for his boys. Now they all spawn in the same position, able to fight out together, but they're going to do their due diligence, make sure that no one is here in ammo as well, or are they going to run by? They're going to let Real get away with this. Real's going to get some damage in. Joe, toe-to-toe. High ground for Real. What a win. Here we go, over towards A.
58 seconds to work with as well. You're so worried about the pitches coming through. Rancor makes his impact, and then he disappears. Couple trades rolling through, but Ultra continuously with the man down. The slaying has not been there.
Speaking of the man down, it's through the hole we find these kills. Insight holding the front line down together.
3.
Beautiful shots in the back of there of Rancor.
And last man standing is Metals. Has to get a kill, and he does so. His team now has a little bit of time.
Slow catch. Trying to make the play. Can't win it. Insight once again. The bastion of defense right now on the back line for Ultra. 2 segments gone. This is the last chance. The contest on the hop. Super down. Insight looking nice out there. Ultra stay alive. And it wasn't the defense. It was the O.
And Kleenex 11-23. We saw at the end of that round, so we walked into it at 3-17. Kleenex got an 8-kill round, and that's the difference from Ultra. They had to play 2 rounds, virtually a man down, but he's back. We got ourselves a map.
Highlights across the board here. Yeah, it's just such a difficult thing to do against teams who are so slippery. The way Heretics play this map, they're so well spread. It's difficult to get 2s and 3s down at a time. And Kleenex, he's been on the receiving end of so many difficult gunfights.
Yeah, but found a little bit of flow. The stat line, well, we can forget about it now. It's only about the next round or 2. Heretics gonna have to battle, and where Kleenex has struggled, Metals has thrived. 20 kills he has, the scoreboard. Very difficult to keep track of. I know it's April, but
it is difficult. Doing our best. That can't go boom. Merc and Kleenex start things off nicely. And again, going towards that A zone is where you want to be heading now for the Heretics. Down low, though, this gives you the option of both the A and B here. And I love that for Real. Hop check, gets the contest there on A, and now straight to B. An agent of chaos right now.
yeah, Inside, I think, assumed that the A zone was being touched, not B. By the time he figured it out, Real already shooting you in the back. And now there's 2 players on the minimap from Ultra worried about the B zone. He's trying to keep the pressure at A, but ultimately, no one's really stopping the clock for an extended period of time. Heretics, you're doing a lot of dancing, not a lot of capping. And this is a painful moment. Super being in art is huge long term, but not if you had 0 presence over towards A, where those white arrows crawling around the objective.
Yeah, they're stacked up. Oh wait, Metals finds 1 out of that, so not necessarily entirely nullified. He can keep sending these players to Super, but good job there. Mercules picks him out of position. Metals still keeping his spree going at 2. And Rancor, again, they're just trying to tap these zones, get a toe in, just try to cause some discourse between the Ultra boys on this lineup, but their defense has been resolute. Metals on the capture.
I mean, you need a set of kills here soon, and the con timing is not on their side for the moment. At least 2 players around A, but yeah, they just have no pressure and no presence. This has been so scattered. Super for 2, but now he's tagged up 1 HP, has the support, but the support is fallen. Jodeci's knocking them all down.
He does that basically alone. The teammates now sharp. Never 10 seconds to go here. Ultra forcing the round 5. 5.6, we're on the zones, both of them, and we're capturing.
Yeah, and right now, number 4, Real, he's just being annoying, but he's giving you something extra, but still, not a lot of progress on these zones in only 5 seconds. Heretics a delicate game, and Real is dragging everybody to him. He just bought his teammates all the time in the world, and the A zone has fallen.
2 segments remaining at B. Insight now posted up. This is where he wants to be. Kleenex on the front line. Ultra are doing what they can. This is the defense we wanted to talk about. The legendary holds of Ultra. Let's see one now.
Heretics, though, they get space on the map. They get opportunities to work with. You're trying to be sneaky. Maybe a battle against Rancor. Well, they're not sniffing out outer palms. Mercules has the opportunity to make the impact, but his teammates in the meantime are losing gunfights. Line them up. There's one. Doesn't get the second. Heretics have the pressure.
Find the kills through art, though. So now last man left alive on point is going to do what they can. Real with the coverage up close. Kleenex, oh, he opens the window. Send in Joe for the kills. Send in Joe for the damage. Still getting the capture. Second segment contest. Cleaned out. And that's it. Last man down for the Heretics. 30 seconds to go. Metal's got to stay alive.
Oh, and Insight lets him live. So Metal's down low because he's looking for a little bit extra, cutting off the reinforcements. Now you're worried about art, you're worried about everything. You got to be worried about that zone.
Turns his back. They run through the front line. Over to Joe. Can you save this now? There's the contest. Dancing for the kills. You get it. The next man down. Ultra. That should be the map. Can they stay alive here? Force it still.
Not the map, just the round. You're still looking for more. I mean, Heretics can still make this happen. It'd be chaotic. They got the 2 kills. Jodeci dropped as well. Here we go.
Not over yet. It's not over yet. Vamos, Heretics. It took a couple of bites to peel that orange. But it's the orange of the Heretics that close out the control. My word. What an effort from Toronto Ultra. But in the end, Miami Magic here at the Major.
Pressure makes diamonds. The pressure can also crush you. Heretic, just so much activity on the offensive end. Always players by the zone, always players up, push past line, players toying with the idea of getting towards Art, and the pressure broke Kleenex. 17-31. Started to make some comebacks in the later rounds, but ultimately starts way too slow to be available. And that's Mercules, by the way, the lone man from Ultra, getting that production. Maybe a bit scattered with the punishment, but either way, 2 vault controls being played, and Heretics, their only 2 wins on this map have been against Ultra. They just have the rhythm. They have the sauce to break them down. Deja vu all over again.
Oh, deja vu indeed. First hard point, so good. Back to vault we go. Ultra, not like this. Rewind is where you want to go.
And for these highlights, I'm just looking for those moments towards the end where Real on the B zone by himself. I mean, he stays alive and he is dancing with like 3 different Ultra players at any given time, and he's winning the gunfights. I mean, that final round, they basically had, what, maybe 5 seconds left on the game clock, and he just bought them so much pressure in space. Unbelievable plays from Real, who obviously had an incredible game as well. Starts off 9-3, him and Metal popping off on this vault. Funnily enough, there was 3 offensive rounds that got 1.
We talked all about the defense for that. All of that, folks. Real, I mean, those little hop checks through the vault hole there, all that does, again, it just softens the defensive line that Ultra have got. They have to think about it. Oh, we've got to go to A. They're getting an in-game notification, capture an A, or whatever it may be at this time. Still, that pulls those players. That forces them to deal with something, even if it is just Real being annoying, infuriating to play against. The Heretics, a wonderful mastery, back at it on these vault controls. Charles, we're staying on vault. The final few moments here across the highlights. And what a delightful final few kills. Super turns out where you need him. That 24-18 towards the end. A beautiful game of control. And what a set of lungs on that man.
Yeah, check on his blood vessels too. He might pop one. That is a roar for that dub. but getting it done, and this has been often said about Spanish players. I remember Trey Zero talking about this last year. He was like, they run it down. They play so unbelievably fast at all times. You have to make adjustments on the fly to get used to it. And that was the thing from Ultra. They're having to problem solve. There's, instead of maybe 3 or 4 set plays in an offensive round of control, it's just nonstop. It is one big, large play. You do not have a moment to breathe. And I think when Ultra find their success, it's when they can control the pace. And that's like the battle we have on red card. They were able to slow them down on that vault. Not at all. They got run over. And now back against the wall. Maybe another 3-1 victory against Ultra from the Heretics. And for a top 3 placement, the best Spanish squad we have ever seen, replicating now their success. They are consistent at that. It's super. The final piece of this puzzle has been emphatic for the team.
A 7-second long scream he had at the end of that match, Chance. 7 seconds. Not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of metal singers out there who are counting it.
Yeah, and I know there's some players out there, or people out there, I should say, on the Ultra camp that don't even know what Metals looks like. But Metals is the one that sits at the normal distance from his monitor. Super is the one that is playing from Spain.
This is it. Map 4. Dare I say we get blessed with another 5, or we'll count those chickens when they hatch. For now, though, this egg coming out the vault once again, another hard point. Last time they matched up, it was 3-1 Heretics. The exact same layout, they did it this way.
And I saw a stat from EasyMac about total earnings in the CDL era. Ultra, the second best organization when it comes to prize pool. Unbelievably consistent since the inception of the CDL. They have seen so many championship Sundays, but so few championships. You gotta be at your Sunday best, and if I'm CleanX, I know I gotta bounce back after that control.
Here we have Tobias Yul Jonsson starting things off.
There you go.
Very right indeed. Even gets a team damage in. Not enough for any kills, though. 3 off the rip. Gets his boys in time.
And if that's any theme right there, CleanX starting off with a triple kill punch. That's what Ultra need. And now when they get control, so clean, so efficient, and they get to control the pace. Insight, even with the Jackal, just slowing these players down. 2 on the flank, though, they break them. And long-term on the spawns, Heretics an opportunity to thrive. You see they're flipping out. Still don't want a P1. I mean, a 25-second lead already. Ultra feeling good.
Yeah, good P1. Nice P1. Hola, says Super. Finds himself a nice kill on the backline there, trying to flip those spawns once again. That's going to be where Joe battling for Mercules. Lovely work. What a collapse there from the Ultra boys. No one from the Heretics to be found.
CleanX has to go big as well. Yeah, a lot of pressure. He's dealt with the first. He read the second. He absolutely does. He's going for the pre-fires. The stun's on point. But number 1, Metals just might have made the most passive, patient play. And CleanX, well, he gets away 1 HP and dances with them. Shots like that are incredible. CleanX on 4. And by the way, Mercules 5-0. Ultra looking good.
5 sprees, 3 sprees, all across the board right now for the Ultra boys. They are here and they are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big one. P2, impregnable so far. No one from the Heretics has got this tech to get in there. And if they do, they're down on the outside now. Super. Obelisk from Mercules, still 6-0.
And I'm loving this gameplay, man. It's just right spot. Don't give away your life. Don't ever challenge. Know when you need to help your teammates. Know when they need to help you. 7-0 from the rookie. His first land, his first championship Sunday at the professional level. He has been a spectacle this weekend.
Bless my soul, Merc is on a roll. Over towards the new hardpoint we go, and CleanX again playing patient, playing smart. 80-2 as we go in a 3rd hardpoint.
Yeah, even those little things from CleanX, that like just to not lose the spawns for the P2 is why they have a 70-point lead. A 6-win spree in hardpoint from Ultra, and the little plays like that give you so much time. They don't have the spawns, and Insight finally gets dropped, and finally an opportunity for Heretics to seize control and start playing with some pace.
Yeah, finally, they got the map the way they want it. But can they get boys into the point? The answer is nuh-uh, they cannot. Big 3 down. Trying to flip this one out. CleanX got to go big.
Oh, yeah, the timing not quite there to at least get him. But even for a moment on a P3 where Heretics have been getting the majority of the kills, not a ton of time collected. The P3 is not where you're looking to make the big strike. It is P4, and they're keeping them contained. Real roaming the middle of the map. Rancor's going to be top hard. Heretics know P4 is where you make the money on this map. And you need it, though, because Ultra, that 3 kills in the feed, and they spawn out trying to set you up. And just like that, Ultra break you.
Metals, though, not broken yet. He's trying to stay alive right now. Fast moves, reinforcements have arrived. Here comes the next attack. Heretics, oh baby, they're finding 2 now. Quick check. Joe gets it.
And that's instantaneous. You had one guy behind enemy lines from Heretics that could have blocked those spawns. The 2 arrows on Ultra snapped into position and hunted him down. Ultra, a team that always does the little things right.
Yeah, still holding time, still holding the front line as well. Kleenex there getting his. On the other side of the map now, it's going to be Joe, 4 spree, 11 and 5. And 30 seconds to go on this time. In the first hardpoint, Heretics got the late breaks. They were living off a scrap, and it was not enough to sustain them. Untenable way to maintain a hard point against Ultra.
These guys are dialed in. Teamwork on point. Joe Deceives in the right spots. Know when he needs to leave gunfights for his teammates. Knows when he needs to watch the cross and a P4 for Miami. That could have been the comeback. Instead, they get punished. First set of rotations and 110-second lead from Ultra. Their teamwork in this game mode is phenomenal.
Oh, Joe gets another kill, and he's getting himself a Hellstorm.
Touch the time.
Touch the time, Joe. Get in there, mate. Go on, Joe. Get in the time.
Not anymore. Now the timing's not there.
His teammates are there for it, though. A little moment of I should have done this, should have done that, should have got your ass in the time, boy. There we go. Heretics there trying to get themselves into time, but Mercules once again denying that. So sprees across the board once again. Mercules goes on a big 8. Joe Deceives on a 7 there. Very, very strong opener here on Vol. They won that game 5.
Yeah, and now Mercules is going to be dancing around time. There's 2 in the feed for Subsite there, and of course Mercules already with the Hellstorm. They got all the toys to play with. Still 110-second lead, still winning the extra gunfight. Super those strikes for 2. Heretics looking to try to soak up the P1 time because this rotation is going to be tough. And Joe Deceives is taking a route to try to make the impact. He doesn't want to give away the scrap, and they're not going to get it. That's a gunfight right there that takes away so much time.
Inside on the back line, doing the absolute dirtiest of work. It's caught out on the push now from the rear. Heretics numbers towards the back, trying to break the setup that Ultra have got on Kleenex. Hold your breath. Let the players come to you, timing, or maybe just spotted one out there on the play. Not enough, though. Good setup from the Heretics, and it's going to get bust wide open here. Mercules pulls in the Hellstorm. Uh-oh. Oh. That's not what he wanted. And this is not what you want if you're an Ultra fan.
A rare, nervy moment from the Ultra camp in that regard. Again, they had a 110-point lead. Heretics, well, they've chopped that down to 60. Still, though, a long way to go.
And they got the constant reinforcements right now from the Heretics. Absolutely smashing forward. Metals there on time. Rencor as well getting his. Hardpoint still very much in their hand. And a P2 that they can look back on very, very happily. Super trying to make the play towards the P3 spawns. And let's go for a listening with the Miami Heretics.
Sí, ahí de pa' money.
Me estoy yendo mucho arriba.
Suma eso.
Otra
más, izquierda. Para
contigo. Y Rogue, estoy hardblock. Vale, dejo el hardblock ya.
Y otro más conmigo. Tengo 2.
De izquierda está Wing aquí interior.
Una brimoni, cuidado que no se cuele.
Aguanta. Otro volcado. Quédate muerto, bro. Medio, muerto. Estoy luchando, está un segundo, sí lo mato. Pilares, está Wing inside, 2 tiros invocados. Vale, falta uno medio. Escúchame, intentar pinchar esto si podéis. Vale, escúchame, voy a pillar la derecha.
Boni monto, que ya está.
Vale, tengo la derecha entera yo. Vale, escúchame. Mira el cross de derecha, el de Gucci. Sai Gucci yo un tiro. Y otro lobby, se Gucci. La izquierda está open. Toby un tiro. Tengo el cross de izquierda.
Vale.
Seidor ya, al fondo. Voy a cerrar Y
contigo,
Toby, me ha muerto. Decía una bala. Es un punto.
Todos ahí yo.
Voy a chalear, ¿vale?
No
tengo el bando, chat. Vale, tengo el bando. Sí. Vale, me algunos bancos. Lobby, Toby, un tiro. Van a ir por medio, ha nacido medio, ¿vale? Vale, ya está. Van a ir por medio y derecha.
Mírame la izquierda.
Tengo mi derecha. Sí, tengo yo la piscina. Tengo yo la piscina. Tengo 16
Un tiro por
Sí, vale, se ha ido dos. No, son dos. Uno Dos ahí. Aguanta ahí, vale. He nacido piscina, nace en medio. Aguantar vivos, aguantar medio. Sí, toma vuestro tiempo.
Puedes seguir.
¿Sale en piscina? Sí, ha nacido.
Ocho.
El chicle, papi. Árbol de Chaidor y León. He nacido por Leo, izquierda, lo vi tú, súper. Está por el Está más güey. Sí, dale.
P4 has been a problem from Heretics. They get more time on that hill, but ultimately Ultra take it away because they didn't have the rotation. But that might be one of the only things Heretics have done wrong. The 110-point lead now chopped down to 30. They've made some progress.
Oh, what a hard point. That game 5 was looking so certain, and now very much up in the air. Joe Deceives continuing to be an absolute monster. Titan in the lobby at 24 and 20. Real still on time. Beautiful work out of Rencor there on the flanks, finding a few more kills. Kleenex on time again, and Super with another big win for the Heretics.
And a little bit of time. I mean, that lead has been shrinking and shrinking. They're working on it. 3 in the feed, and they're applying some pressure. You win these gunfights, you get these spawns, and you'll take the lead. Metals in prime position. Insight's the last man they have to kill.
You heard that trophy. He knows Renkor's nearby. He has to wait for his teammates, has to make a play happen. Subsite. Spots him out. No. Metal's now finding kills. Insight still in play towards the new time. And this is going to get awkward very quickly. What a win! Rencor gets a kill. The backline open now, and Heretics are in.
And we already know what's about to happen. 110-point lead Ultra had. It is almost gone.
It's starting to fall apart. It's starting to unravel. Metal's on a 4, nearly a 5. The hard point is still Heretics, though. Rencor keeping the back doors safe. All towards pool we go.
Yeah, because of the teammate, though, you're losing all that pressure. The lead exchange, Ultra trying to pierce it, and you at least get him out of time. So now you're playing chip away. Now it's a desperation effort. Now Mercules wants to get him away, but he's gone down. And Heretics, it has been a takeover. But I'm thinking long-term, Miles. They have the lead for the moment. This game might very well come down to the long-term P4. For the moment, Ultra have the left side of the map, and when Ultra get the P4s, they make it perfect. Rencor, you see what the idea is. Everything they can to try to flip these spawns. They got 60 seconds to make it happen.
204 to 177. Eyes on that scoreline. This hard point, not necessarily a difference maker. It's the next. On board with Joe. Keeping things dangerous up close, but again, a mixy hard point. They do not want to lose control.
And this is why Joe Deceives roaming towards the middle of the map. But number 4 might have the route to go through. Ultra just want to play keep away. It's a nice 2 kills to set you up for some time. But on the mini-map, the route has been taken. Real has the timing. He has gotten through.
That is the hero play from the young Spaniard. Insight is aware there is something telling him. And that is it. With absolute certainty, 1 behind us.
Yeah, but his teammates are losing the gunfights. But when his teammates win them, that means you get the P3 time. Joe Deceives playing keep away in a standoff battle between Insight and Real. This is where the money is made, and Real drops him.
Cash! Joe now fighting towards hardpoint. They're trying to get themselves in on towards time, but again, a very dangerous moment. Joe cut them down on the approach.
Yeah, how about this 5 spree? You lose the spawns, but now you got Joe Deceives looking to go God mode up top.
Here we go. Through the side door, through the back door. Breach and clear Heretics. Can they do it together as a team? Joe still holding them down from upstairs. All the boys of the Heretics have not made any entry down low. It is still a good hold. 1 more hit from Super. Can they get anything? We're looking at another lead change in a moment, but the Heretics have broken in.
He's last man standing. His teammates have fallen. Now you're losing the time, and they just know he can't make the play. Joe Deceives, you're forced. Your teammates aren't there. You have to find a way to make the impact.
Found an opening through the front, though. Are we able to get some reinforcements going here? The time is still ticking. Joe, a gut check, a big decision, a backline kill over towards time. Insight's in. They get the kills.
Yeah, but they're going to be swarmed. I mean, 20 seconds. This is worth fighting for. Ultra to get back in the game, or Heretics to get the advantage in towards P1. Pinching from the side door. Super making moves. Get Ultra out of time. Get Kleenex. Last making a fall, but he gives you 2. A 10-second gunfight. We're going to new.
P1, this is it. The final battleground here. Trying to find any semblance of control. Dig your heels in. Kleenex finds another 2. Insight the trades. Ultra time.
And that's all 4. You're blocking the spawns. Now everybody else is going to be forward. Once 8 spawns up, you know, look forward. It's the P4 in the arch spawns. 20 seconds and Ultra will seal the deal. Heretics, though, the dog in them. They're coming to bark.
2-2 split. Here we go on the flank. Can we find any kills here? Oh, back door now bust open. Metal's down. Metal's down. Mercules finds 2. And that's it. Game 5, here we go. One final shot at this, 5 to go. Heretics through the front. Medals on it, kills no. From 0 to hero. Toronto Ultra's reserve in their resolve is still there. We're going to a Game 5.
We are testing these two teams, their endurance, their resilience, their ability to perform with this amount of pressure. In so many things we could talk about. The P4 is absolutely thematic. I would say in favor of Ultra. They might have bottled that rotation. Real makes that high impact play, but Ultra still managed to make the P4s mixy even without the spawns. But how about that game from Kleenex? Top of the lobby when it comes to damage. 35 kills and 22 assists. He dropped the ball on map 3. He makes up for it there in map 4, and he went on the 5 spree towards the end in the final hill as well. Kleenex was there from Ultra exactly when they needed him.
Look at that, what a game of Vault, folks. A wonderfully slow start there, an incredible comeback from the Heretics, but Ultra just enough spirit to stay alive in this one, and stay alive they have. Well, we got it, another Game 5 here at Major 3. Heretics now fighting for their lives, Ultra fighting for their lives. The mythology continues. We are seeing stories of these boys. A somehow miraculous run. What a series this has been. This has been an oh-ho. We'll find out how it ends.
And for Heretics, it has been their S&D that has been their most impressive game mode. The best reason why in Major 3 or Stage 3 they've been on point, and Super has been lights out in the mode. And from Ultra, it's the one mode they've talked about with having a sub that is difficult for them to orchestrate. Got to figure it out for the Game 5. It all comes down to this.
We'll find out how this fable ends after this very quick break, folks. When we come back, Game 5 here at Major 3. Miami Heretics, Toronto Ultra. Loser gets top 3.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
They're gonna sit deep. They're gonna sit deep.
I'm gonna try. I'm looking pinch.
Signing cross. I'm looking gold.
Pinching, Snoopy got him.
Nice. Yo, in the bar. Water.
I don't know where he is.
In the water.
Oh, go, boys.
Nice.
Good DK16.
I got us, boys.
Down to 3 for either side. This is going to be it. Last ditch attempt. Final of the point. Joe Deceives gets his. But 3 seconds to go. You've got to get on the zone, lad. Fresh mag. Send it. Wins it. Oh my god. It's a 2v1. Diamond Con. Can you do it? The boys are on the capture. It's now a 1v1. What a round of control. Diamond Con, if you win this. God damn, what a round. Got it! Oh my goodness! Vamos Heretics! I cannot believe what we've seen! Simply unbelievable! The madness in Madrid continues!
claiming this is going to be the best champs ever. Well, for these two, it absolutely was. Just a moment ago in the venue, the green wall and the rest of the venue, of course, giving the congratulations to that lucky couple. Heck of a way to set a proposal up, I'll say. What a fantastic weekend, man. Like, it's all about the love, man. Congratulations to both of them. You know,
Se ha pegado. No lo veo.
Ahora en izquierda, tío.
Hay una de izquierda, no, ahora están por medio.
Pícalo.
The 2025 Toronto Ultra Team Pack is available now. Each pack includes home and away operators, as well as this weapon charm to bless your aim with the powers of tilt. Next time you boot up, suit up at the in-game shop.
One final map to decide who advances in the tournament and who goes home. Will it be our hosts or will it be our young heroes battling for their very lives? All the way from winners round 1. Ultra pull out the goods there on that vault hardpoint. And the Heretics now. Search and destroy has been their wheelhouse. It's been what's got them this far. It's what helped bring down FaZe. To rewind, we go.
And they have had a nearly perfect S&D record throughout the entire stage. And this is where it matters the absolute most. Very happy to see Rewind, and I think, at least for the neutral COD fans, we're eating good for this series. It has been lights out, a spectacle of a hard point for that map 4. I feel like it's been thematic for the Heretics, even when they're down. They never die. But Ultra on the map 5s, we haven't seen a ton in this tournament, but typically when Ultra get there, they have the ice. New man on the roster at a level of difficulty. Mercules has had an incredible debut, but all that matters now is this final map.
Explosive start, but no kills, no damage. Prying eyes towards the A-bomb site. And once again, not a lot shown. A little bit of intel there from Real. Now that's going to spur a lot of movement there out of the Ultra boys. Run for it, Real. They want to kill ya.
Yeah, I mean, a double flank coming through, actually. Ultra have a really good positioning on the minimap. Minimap looking great from Ultra, but the bomb down from Heretics in a 4v4. This is anybody's round.
Oh, great stuff. 2-2 split right now with the Ultra boys.
And I don't know if you read number 3, Rancor, Bean and Burger, but Ultra are actually taking the time to clear it out. Super gets the first blood, but they've at least isolated that player. Problem is, that took a long time to make it happen.
Classic corner spots right now for Metals. Great timing on the inside, but now he's just a red dot for the feed, and he's going to be an issue in a moment. But for now, the other boys still trying to make entry on towards A.
Great damage. No kills just yet. Players move towards the bomb, and look at the calculation on the round. Super for the 1v3. Can't get it done. CleanX closes the door, and CleanX, 3 kills in the round. A tough vault control. Since then, CleanX has been a man on a mission. And I love that moment from Metals when he gets tags on Insight for a, like he hesitates for a moment. Do I go and chase that kill? And he says, I know the teamwork from Ultra. He turns the cross already covered. Ultra, they're always dialed in on the teamwork front. So difficult to play against. And Ultra, strike first.
A frustrating round for the Heretics as well. 2 of them shot in the back that round. You think you got everything covered, you think you got a good spot. Ultra just peel you apart. A tasty onion. We'll take the first bite.
B bomb site completely undefended. Heretics very aggressive through the middle of the map. Heretics, I mean, they're always playing so aggressive. These slight variations compared to what we're used to from the majority of teams, Ultra have to make sure they adjust for it, because the pinch could happen at any moment.
Our resident door kickers are going to have to get things going soon. CleanX. It's dry in cleaning. Real, oh no, another shot in the back. Super now taking a gunfight at the very least. Gets away with his life, and what a reposition.
Yeah, shuts down CleanX as well. It was 4-0 and had a bomb defuse, so it could have been dangerous. And, well, Joe didn't see him. Rancor spotted him. He's playing the outer wing for the control.
Rancor! 1! Oh, what a save! The bomb does get planted. Super fighting forward. Stun. Insight, what a magnificent moment for Ultra.
And again, Insight heavily criticized from time to time, but he's there for the coverage when you need him, and Joe deceives with the movement. We're playing on old patch because Hybrid broken in the current one, and Hybrid got Joe Deceives out of dodge.
The literal dive, perfect stun out of insight. Here's that moment again. Joe planted, tagged. Look at this. Oh, left on the dive. Wow. 9 HP. Could not believe it.
And shout out again for inside making sure you get that kill. Perfectly orchestrated strat. And Real wanted to get aggressive on the flank, but Ultra so patient to read it. But now aggression. We're trying to hit out B. You're looking to get aggressive, and you're looking to get shut down. Everyone slammed. Ultra perfect nearly in that round. And look at that, Heretics, when they're at their best, it's when they're flying. You lose a round like that, painful to try to adjust for. Down 3-0, and this has been a quick one.
15 seconds, start to finish. Ultra, no prisoners whatsoever there. Joe yet to drop 5-0. Unbelievable scenes. The Heretics need a change of pace and quick.
And I didn't bother checking Team A or Team B, but I know Kleenex on the desk mentioned yesterday they wanted the Game 5 because it was their map pick. They just haven't seen many Game 5s. Well, here they are looking good. But for Heretics, I've said it multiple times already in this series, they can be down, they are never out.
Never. No, not yet anyway. A decent spread here towards A and B, so they're cutting their losses from the previous rounds. No more of this island play. It's very concerted.
And they are so worried about these pinches. Again, Real got too aggressive in the previous defensive round. They're clearing out everything before they make their move. They know these players get squirrely. Kleenex, well, he goes out. You know there's players by Elephant.
Pressure. What a gunfight. Kleenex just runs shy of ammunition there. He may have been able to find it, but Mercury's perfect coverage.
Now Insight's taking a little bit of space up towards the empty street. Ultra still waiting to make their move. 35 seconds left in the round. You're gonna have to do something soon.
If he gets any show from the outside of the map, he's gonna be able to send his boys in with good intel, but so far, nothing. 25 to go. Renkor's opening battle is gonna get things going. Real finds another, and the trades are there. Over towards the bomb site now. But no bomb in hand. Recovered. Another shot in the back. 2v2.
Yeah, Super's been the mystery man, the only man they don't have any intel on, and the man that could break this round down, get the time and catch him off bomb. Super has it dialed in, and perfect. Now you just don't have any time. He gets the comm, and Renkor knows survive and you win. How about the game clock costing Ultra?
Oh my word. A great heads-up play for both Super and Mercules. Instincts on point, but the gift of the COD gods there.
Yeah, in Super especially. I mean, the timing absolutely perfect. The teamwork from Ultra, how close you absolutely were. But he had it absolutely dialed in.
And
perfection.
How close they came. Unbelievable. You could have been looking at the 1v1 there. Both those arrows flying towards the B-bomb. 3-1 here in Game 5. Heretics attack. It's a good old-fashioned hit on A. Metals. Oh, he aims wrong. Joe goes for it. And Super, slight suppression here. But Joe is ready for this fight.
Yeah, what a play. Match aggression with aggression. Joe Deceives just walked it down. Kleenex, though, gets caught. And a mistake being made there from Ultra. Atypical, but now you got some opportunities. As Renkor, he is pinching all the way through Burger. His other two teammates by Elephant and Zig.
Oh no.
Unfortunately need the bomb, and how about that spot from Joe? S&D mastermind. Renkor for a 1v3 where the trades from Ultra instant. Joe Deceives masterclass there in that round. Just a stalker walking him down.
It's simple, it's effective, but he can only do that because he wins a ridiculous gunfight to start things off. Stays alive, beautiful positioning. If you see that bomb in play, it is one of the most important elements on the map. Keeps an eye on it, gets a freebie.
And fun fact, Mercules is older than Joe Deceives.
What?
Yeah, actually.
Nice. 4-1, Ultra walking away with it here in Game 5.
What do you do if you're Heretics? Ultra have been so incredibly patient on the attacking rounds. Do you want to try to make a move? Do you want to get a little bit active? Well, Real is taking a great deal of space, and Mercules, I mean, he's just there. He's getting tags in everybody. Standing his ground, has Insight there for the support. And Insight's tracking Real the entire way through. In the meantime, Bomb moving towards B. Renkor posted up, though, behind the, I don't know what it's called. bulldozery thing.
Be a forklift?
Yes, thank you.
Gotcha, bro. RC car eliminated. Not going to be worrying about that too much. Joe still has his to work with. Super has not given up this streak once yet.
Yeah, and if Heretics aren't giving him anything to work with, Ultra forced to make the play, you'll want to do it sooner rather than later, because now only 40 seconds left. They lost the last offensive round because they just did not have the time.
B-bomb's out of the question. They're going to have to make their way towards A, but they've got a lot of corners to clear out here. Check them. Watch out for those VHS boxes flying around, folks. They'll poke your eye out. Here we go, right onto the site. And it's an exchange of gunfire, and the Heretics coming out on top. Joe with a corner. Not a lot left in him. CleanX doing what he can on the tags. And my word, the X-ray vision.
Yeah, great damage. No kills. And now you just do not have any time again. He's going to be able to get the bomb down, though, so the clutch potential is here. Long-time duo in CleanX and Insight, and CleanX got out.
Oh, he got out with his life. Insight. What a win! Trades, though. 1v2 for CleanX. Did they know where he is? He managed to escape them. The elusive Dane now making his way round. Heretics clenched. And an opportunity now for CleanX to check it, and he manages to get the kill. Is he going to check the bomb in there? CleanX! What a round! The elusive Dane. Nothing given away whatsoever, and nerves of steel puts Ultra on match point.
Devastating. Rancor, how close. So many of these rounds have been decided by the thinnest of margins, but Insight and CleanX, one of the longest duos we have had in Call of Duty history, give us the 2v3. And Insight doing it with the movement as well. A 5-1 lead in a team with a substitute on half a day's notice could get to top 3.
Team stun, unfortunate start here. Oh, maybe over the top, hard to tell there. 2-2 split, Ultra. Diners full of players. CleanX wide out in the open there, looking for the intel. Joe stuns Real back, so again, B-bomb site presence here, very, very strong. A is technically wide open.
And once again, just in spots where Ultra are tracking all the information. They got eyes on so many players.
And Joe could make a real splash here with his RC car at close range. If he's got an avenue to do it, it might be the way, but it's going to be a two-man stack now towards the back. Here comes the RC.
Yeah, and CleanX is moving, though. Rancor shot. CleanX is moving on the pinch, looking for that first blood. Joe Deceives gets it on the bottom side of the map, and now CleanX is going to be on the chase. Bomb down, but a 3v4.
Yeah, man down, not a good idea. Not an ideal situation to be in. Oh, here we go, leveled it up, 3v3. CleanX now looking for the immediate trade. There it is. Ultra up by 1. They've taken control of a small portion of the room. Shots, no kill. Mercury's trying to make the play. You've still got the numbers. Medals from the outside, gets 1, no trade, no trade. Heretics, it's down to Rancor. 1v1. It's done. The fable continues and birds are flying through Florida. Vengeance found here on Sunday.
Oh my goodness, Joe Deceives. Brother, you gotta be careful with those fist bumps. You are not a small human. You might have just broken somebody's hand. That is clinically absurd. A team with a half a day's notice picking up a substitute player in Mercules that has been a sight to see. One of the coolest stories we have had in the CDL this year. Mercules has solidified his place in the CDL. We know we're going to be seeing more of them.
Yeah, 0 to hero right there, game 5, what a victory. Heretics just fall short, heartbreak for them, our hosts of the major, and on Search and Destroy no less.
And that's got to feel so sweet from Ultra, getting it done in Search and Destroy. The game mode that has given them the most trouble in this tournament. Revenge against Heretics. You could see how much those players wanted it towards the end. Top 3 secured, more Call of Duty to be played, and Revenge so sweet on a Sunday. They got their lick back.
Yeah, they rewound indeed.